150 hours. That's how many hours are in a normal class during a normal school year. And it's our responsibility to fill those hours with good lessons, with education. But that is a hard task if you're just starting out. So I created this video to give you the basic foundation on how to lesson plan, so that way you can create effective and awesome lessons. This video, in a sense, is a video which I had when I first started teaching. When I first started teaching 20-something years ago, I was in a self-contained class, and in that self-contained class, I had to teach all four of the major content areas. You know, ELA, math, science, and history. And I didn't know where to begin. And they didn't really give me anything to work with. And so I was doing everything I could to fill in that time with something to work on. And I'll be honest with you, I made it through that year, but looking back now, it was some awful lessons that I had. So this video is what I wish I knew back then. And the place you want to start is with two questions you want to ask yourself. First one is this: what do you have to teach? And second, how are you going to teach it? But let's go ahead and tackle that first one. What do you have to teach? Now, hopefully your school has provided you with some curriculum. And sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Sometimes by curriculum, that is an awful one to start with. But hopefully they provide you some sort of curriculum to give you a baseline, a starting point. And then also they should have provided you, hopefully, with some sort of pacing guide and some standards they want you to teach. If you have those things to start off with, we can use that to put a plan into place. So where do you want to start at is kind of like, first of all, this is what I highly recommend. I plan out my units. First of all, this is what I recommend. This is what I highly would recommend, and that is to kind of group what you're teaching into units. For me, I teach United States history, 8th grade, and my average unit is about 2 to 3 weeks. Now, in those units, of course, are different lessons. So let's say you're in ELA and you want to read a book, a part of a book. What you might want to do is kind of group that into a 3-week lesson plan unit. We're going to call it unit, all right? And then that way, everything can be focused on that goal of teaching that book or part of that book. Maybe you teach science, and so you're going to teach weather. Think of it like in a 2 to 3 week time frame, 2 to 3 weeks to kind of teach this concept of weather. History, 2 to 3 weeks, I usually spend like on one topic. So maybe it's like the War of 1812. I'll spend about 2 to 3 weeks on that one. And math, maybe it's a concept. Maybe it's how to multi-step equations or how to find the variable. And you can spend some time on that one. But the first thing you want to do is you have your overall curriculum. You have the overall curriculum, and then you're going to break that down. The word we're going to use is chunk it. All right. So you're going to chunk that into smaller units. And now sometimes, once again, the district will already do this for you, or the school will already do this for you, or maybe there's another teacher on campus that you're working with that'll have already that done. But if you can do that, it takes this, how's the saying go? How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. It takes this giant elephant and boils it down to something that is more tangible. And then the next thing I would do is I would run that standard they want you to teach, that concept they want you to teach. Because if you look at the state standards, no matter what state you're in, it's a bunch of, I don't know, fancy words, right? I mean, I've been teaching 20-some years. I look at this like, what are they trying to say? So here's a little tip trick, a little cheat code if you want it. I would take that and I would run it through like ChatGPT. And I say, hey man, here's my standards I got to teach. Can you please take that and explain it to me like I am a 5th grader, right? And it'll break it down to something that actually makes sense, because that is the concept you want to convey to students. Not all this fancy words. Kids don't care about that. I don't care about that. You want to boil it down to the very basic stuff. And so once you kind of have an idea of what you have to teach, a big picture, boil it down to units. You got that now, and come here, run that through to really get the essence of what has to be taught in those 3 weeks. Now that may not sound like it, but that is the easy part, right? That's the overall planning idea concept. But that's the easy part. Where it really gets tough is, all right, I got to teach about weather. I have 3 weeks to teach about weather. Now, how am I going to do that? And that is where you really want to spend a lot of your time, is how are you going to do that? The mistake I made at first, and most teachers will do this when they first start out, and to be honest with you, this might be the only option you have because you're still trying to figure things out. I was piecemealing things together. So let's say I had to teach I'm gonna go back to history because that's what I teach. So let's say I had to teach about the Revolutionary War. I would go everywhere looking for lessons about the Revolutionary War. I would find lessons on Teacher Pay Teacher. I would go to YouTube to see what they had, maybe some social media, maybe check with some other teachers. I would look at our curriculum that we had, that they provided, the book. I mean, I would go everywhere, and the word is piecemeal. I would take a little bit from here, a little bit from here, a little bit from here, and I try to put them together. But the problem you're going to find is if you take a lesson from here, a lesson from here, a lesson from here, and put it together, first of all, it's not going to feel right. It's not going to feel smooth. It definitely is going to feel like you're just grasping at straws, which you may be at first. Grasping at straws and try to put something together to fill up the time. What you really want to do is just sit down and think overall, how do I want my class to run? And I call this my plug and play system. And I highly encourage you, the quicker you get to something like a plug and play system, the easier life is going to be. Because if you are pulling things left and right, you're going to recreate the wheel all year. Because you got lessons, 2-day lesson, 3-day lesson, 1-day lesson. That is a lot of planning going on. But if you could do a plug and play system, you basically create one lesson that you can duplicate over and over and over. It's finding that rhythm of your class. So here's what I mean by plug and play. In my classroom, I have some standard go-to lessons that I do every unit. And then what I do every unit is I just replace the lesson with the current information. So for example, I have ed puzzles. And if you don't know what those are, there's videos that students can watch. And as they're watching, they can answer questions. So that is one of the things I do over and over again. Different ed puzzles for different units, but I use that lesson right there on ed puzzles. Another thing I do are notes. And so my second thing I go to are notes, and students will do notes in my class. Same kind of notes. The difference is the material. So those are two standard things I go back to over and over and over again. Third thing I do is I have some sort of activity in there, maybe more than one activity, but at least one activity in there. That could be something different. So for example, if we're doing something on the Louisiana Purchase, maybe if the activity will be like drawing the map of Louisiana or something of that sort. So that's a third thing I do, a activity that goes along with that unit. So those are three things I do. The day before the test, I will do a book-it. So a book-it is something, it's a game students will play where they compete against each other to have this question. So that's four things I have. And then once in a while I'll throw in something called an escape room, a breakout. Breakout it's called. So that's 5 things I have. And then the 6th thing I have is the test itself. And so what will happen is I will take those same lessons over and over again and just use them throughout the year, but switch out the material. And what you're going to find is if you can come up, and now once again, if you're starting out brand new, you're not sure exactly how your class is going to run or the flow of it or what things you actually like doing every single time. But the key is this, that once you get into the teaching thing and you start pulling things from here and there, try to come up with some sort of lesson routine as quickly as possible. But of course, choose the best. What works, what doesn't work. So if you notice that students all, they love this one kind of worksheet, then use that same worksheet for every single unit, but just switch out the information. If your students love watching a video, if your students love doing a certain act, whatever it is, that you're going to find out as you're teaching. And once again, I've been doing 20-something years, and so every year I might add something new and try something different. And then if it works, I add it into my repertoire. Am I saying that right? I hope I'm saying that right. Right? Of things I will use over and over again. But by that plug and play system, I have 6 things I go back to time and time again. Lesson becomes so easy because I just take my weeks I need to cover, 2 or 3 weeks. I do ed puzzles, I do the test at the end, and I fill in the blanks with those different assignments. In fact, if you ever want a super detailed, how I lesson plan, I'll put a link down in below, but it goes into a lot of detail showing how I actually do it from beginning to end. But regarding lesson planning, if you can answer those 2 questions, first of all, what do you got to teach? And then second, how you're going to teach it, hopefully a plug and play system, you got 90% of the puzzle solved. But we're not done yet. A few more tips here, a few more little tips, some we'll call it icing on the cake. Going back to our friend ChatGPT, some schools, some principals want you to create lesson plans for everything you do, and they'll give you a format to do it. And once again, this is my I'm not sure the word here, pet peeve, but I think these things are awful because they're trying to mark boxes more than anything else, right? And so this is where I would run through my lesson plan, what I want students to learn and all that, and somehow format it to what they're looking for. And as an assistant to do all that, to get the right wording, the jargon, the terminology, use some sort of ChatGPT or something else to do that. It's going to save you so much time. And so once you have that, you can just kind of plug in the information, change the wording, to fit the situation. So that's one little tip there. And the other tip is this, that you're going to hear things such as reteaching. If a student didn't get a concept, how are you going to reteach it? Or scaffolding, students that might have a little bit hard time. Or differentiating instruction, you're going to hear that. Or you're going to hear all this other words in education. Now, I'm not saying they're not important, but if you're starting out, and you're going to get a lot of pressure on this, but try to put that to the side if you can. That is the little tip of the iceberg. That is the cherry on top. And eventually we'll get to that point. But your focus right now should just be developing lesson plans that will fill in the time, that'll move you in a certain direction, get you towards the ultimate goal you're looking for, and with some sort of plug and play system will relieve a lot of that pressure off of you. And then if you just kind of take notes as you go along, find out what works, the longer you've been doing this, you're going to really hone in on that rhythm of your classroom. And before you know it, you're going to be a pro at lesson planning.